Hey everybody, welcome to the Sky Lounge, and this is Peruse, episode number 53. Puppy is looking right at me. The baby girl is looking right at me. That was funny. But, oof. I got like fat people cough right now. You know what I'm talking about? Eat a little too much food, right before you sleep. Feels like your air passage is slightly a bit more askew. I feel like I'm describing like a really significant health problem, but I'm really not. I'm just kind of having fat people breath at times, which has to be remedied by going to the gym later. Fun stuff, as always. But hey, boys and girls, we are driving on a Friday, west to, east to west. You know how it is. I fucking hate the east side of town, though. I really do. There is something about this side of town that screams Peasantville, and that might be a little bit elitist on me. It just might be, boys and girls. But do me a solid here, man. I've lived in the fucking better part of town in Las Vegas every fucking step I've been here, and I'm not. This isn't a flex thing. This is more like a thing that I'm accustomed to kind of thing. And I am right in the plaza of where transgender walkabouts pervade their business. Now, not joking when I say that shit. There are some legit hookers just walking around right now. Literally right now as I am talking on my right. I could share the camera here, but I'd rather not. And yeah, I'm just one of those guys that says, listen, if I can avoid the east side of town, I would. Are you scared, puppy? Me too. I'm scared too, baby. Baby. What's going on? You like that? You want to be? You want to be there? You scared? Scared, babies? Babies, come here. I know. I'm just playing with the puppies. Very tired this morning. No real playoff stuff to talk about today. Nothing significant to talk about, except of course last night, boys and girls. Game 5, Eastern Conference Final. Toronto Raptors versus Milwaukee Bucks. Like, who fucking cares at this point? Hey, unless one of those two teams cause a major upset in the NBA Finals, does any of this shit actually matter? And even with this whole prospected idea, ooh, they might beat the Warriors. Like, do you really think that's gonna happen? Really? I'm a realist, man. This isn't a cynical. I guess it's a bit of a cynical thing, but it's based on reality. How much better do you think you are than the Warriors? Any of those teams? Either of those teams, please. I'm looking at the Raptors and thinking, okay, cool, you got Kawhi. Anybody else? Anybody else in that squad that's gonna step up? No. Probably not really. I don't know, man. I just don't hold any hope that those teams are going to do it. A Toronto Raptors versus Golden State Warriors final is going to be basically the equivalent of one country giving a shit and the other country just saying, who gives a fuck? Raptors versus Warriors would seriously just be Canada getting all excited, getting their fucking hopes up, and to just get shit on. It's like you guys are gonna be relying on the fucking Raptors, as you guys are doing the same with the Maple Leafs. Like, any kind of semblance of hope is gonna get destroyed. I'm looking at this Raptor squad and thinking, man, you guys are real lucky that you got Kawhi right now. Fucking A, man. If not for Kawhi, where are you guys really? What are you guys exactly? That's the better question. To me, I just say fringe playoff team. First, second round exit at best. But it's nuts. It's just one of those things where the NBA playoff does not matter. Like, the NBA playoffs, like, generally at this point does not matter. Like, unless the Warriors have two more significant injuries, And Steph and Clay, I mean, none of this shit matters. Does it? Doesn't. I know, what a fucking great way to start off the morning. A lot of positive talks. A lot of my puppies just whining out there. Babies, what's going on? Gotta relax. It's people. It's normal ass people. But yeah, speaking of normal people, it's at this point of trying to find a proper sleeping schedule, you know, trying to get a proper sleeping schedule going like normal people, you know, 6 to 8 hours a night. I'm more of a 3 to 5 guy myself. Not intentionally, of course, it just usually happens where I only sleep 3 to 5 hours. And I get tired, not gonna lie to you, I get real fucking tired. But part of the process, man. Part of the daily routine now, kids. Wake up, get your shit done, do shit throughout the day, and call it a night. Really late at night. Right? So I'll have like, 20, 19-hour days. And those are nice. I mean, those are very satisfying. You get to have a full day just doing shit. On the same token, it's fucking exhausting. Kudos to people who stay up consistently about 24 hours, because that shit is a logistical nightmare. Oof. Yeah, I'm trying hemp oil. That shit works. Like, to a certain degree. But man, I'm just tired right now. That's all this shit is. But it usually happens where, you know, we do this cruise peruse as of the last few weeks, and we have all these playoff stuff to talk about. But like I said with the NBA, it gets to this nonsensical point of contention, right? Where I just feel that whatever efforts an Eastern Conference team puts out, the Warriors won't give a shit about it. They just don't. They're just that much better, right? They're just that much better. And that's a testament to the Warriors. It really is. But it's irritating as hell because there's legit no competition. Just no competition. Between the fuckery in the NBA and the great shit that's about to happen in the NHL, playoffs are great. Playoffs are great. I mean, me personally, I'm still anxious as all hell for next Wednesday. Arsenal versus Chelsea, Europa League final. Lots of news, you know, going around about Arsenal right now. I mean, player personnel. Now you got potential transfer gossip and rumors going about, which is going to be nuts. And what the fuck are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? I swear to God, man, like, what the fuck are we doing out here? But no, with Arsenal, it's one of those things where I'm excited. Okay, I'm excited at the prospect of, you know, going to a pub, you know, celebrating a finals appearance. It's gonna be great shit. I personally can't wait. At the same token, I'm fucking terrified if we fucking lose. Like, if we lose, it's gonna suck dick. You know, all this shit talk, you know, coming around about, you know, the Arsenal with this Europa League final news. You know, Henrik Mkhitaryan can't, you know, play in the Europa League final because of political tensions between Armenia and Azerbaijan, which is crazy. Like, you would think the governing body of, you know, the Europa League competition, you know, UEFA, would do something about it, but they won't. they're already paid under the fucking table with where they're gonna designate certain finals, 2 years prior. So none of this shit matters. Like, the fact that you picked Baku, Azerbaijan, just speaks volumes to the corruption and the level of ridiculousness that is UEFA. It really does. I mean, UEFA is a fucking joke at times. At times, no. UEFA is a fucking joke. UEFA is an absolute fucking joke. But the fact of the matter is, like, yeah, that these are the hands we're dealt with, and I'm hoping the boys, take Henrik Mkhitaryan's omission to their heart and use that as motivation, to grab that win, to get that W. And I love what Aubameyang said about that. It's exactly my sentiments that I just said here. They got to do it for Mickey. It's unfair for him. It's unfair for him to miss out a final. It's a huge, significant moment for a club, but we got to do it without him. And it's gonna be a challenge. I mean, this Europa League final is going to be a massive challenge. And again, however we come out of it, it's really gonna fuck with the dynamic of next season. It really is. So hopefully the boys can get the job done. That'd be fantastic. I mean, seriously, man, I really want to see some Champions League football again. I miss it. I miss the quality of Champions League football. I really do. Like, Europa League is nice, but holy shit, the level of competition, the level of quality in that competition, it's hilariously bad at times. It really is. But regardless, we're going to be at the final on Wednesday. At our favorite pub, the purveyor of the finest Guinness. I might have a couple when I'm there. Probably a couple. Just because, why the fuck not? Why the fuck not? I don't know, man. Lots of sports ball. Other great shit going on in the world, but great shit isn't all that fun to talk about, right, boys and girls? Well, except the whole Huawei thing. Like, that whole Huawei thing is very curious, because now you have, China, actually Huawei banned from doing any business with U.S. companies, and they have 90 days to get all their affairs in order. And I'm paraphrasing all this shit here, man. I mean, go research a topic, go, do your due diligence, kids. I'm just paraphrasing what I've read, what I've seen, what I've watched. And the precedence this might set is very curious, because, okay, so you banned Huawei. Now, what's to say this level of paranoia that, the whole idea of how this came about was this idea of paranoia and fear, right? Oh, the Chinese government might be, overseeing, their Huawei cameras, and that's a breach of national security potentially. And the fear and paranoia makes sense, but I ask you, from the precedence of that, as that set as precedence, like, there's some dangerous implications there. If you emotionally feel paranoia or fear in some way of something, right? In real essence, it just only makes you uncomfortable, but you are willing to say, or throw out rhetoric that pushes paranoia and fear. You could do that. You could fucking ban almost anything. That's my ultimate fear with all of this shit. Like, I always think in the extremes, because it's good to. It's good to think in the extremes of and to exercise your brain like that regularly, And I always think, man, I don't know. Like, I could be in the wrong here. Right? My argument here could be wrong based on the context of what's going on, but just based on, very shallow knowledge of the situation and the context of what's going on, I would always just imagine, like, if you set a precedence like this, it might be beneficial for you short term, but long term, I mean, what are the implications here? What's going to actually happen? Who the hell knows? Now, as somebody who has used Huawei phones, I actually had a Huawei phone once. So it was a Google phone, and the build quality is pretty solid. Although I did have issues with it, in after a year and a half, where I believe I had this like charger problem. I think it was like a USB port or a charger problem. I also had the headphone jack issue a little bit with that one, but it's crazy the number that was thrown out by MKBHD when you're watching its video about this whole Huawei situation, that Samsung has a global market stranglehold in terms of how many units and numbers and finances of what they're selling out there. It's fucking crazy. And the crazier fact is Huawei was just only second or third, just catching up. And this is a relatively new company, so this tech company has been doing massive work. But again, the paranoia and fear just kind of settles in, and it does its thing. Now, am I saying the U.S. through this executive order, and obviously, boys and girls, executive orders are little mandates and little policies that the president can enact. That's kind of what they have as the executive branch. But you have this executive order, and obviously you have people thinking they got ammunition to just fire at will on President Trump. Now, here's the thing. I'm always that guy that will say, I don't hate Trump. I don't really support Trump in the sense of what he does in his policy, majority of his policies. Well, not really. I just don't like the way the dude fucking acts, right? That's what I don't agree with. But again, I'm not one of those fucking flag-burning protesters. That's not what I am. But what I'm also trying to say is, it's not 100% one person or one party's fault, okay? This executive order is a bit short-sighted. That's exactly as I implied. It's a little bit short-sighted. Potentially, this can be a real fucking problem, in terms of what you can do, what future precedents can be set for banning other, fucking commodities and shit. But I think it can also be good. It can also be good in the sense of, hey, there's other countries that we can do business with, i.e. South Korea, which, funny enough, Samsung does have the biggest biggest fucking financial share. I forgot the fucking figure number that he was presenting, but it gives more opportunity for South Korea to do business with the U.S., which is going to strengthen that relationship. Only get better, which is great. I mean, global politics is based on mutual benefits, right? But I don't know what the hell's gonna happen. At the end of the day, I talk all this shit, but I don't know what the hell's gonna happen. These are all speculations. These are all fucking guesses and stabs at what I think might be a thing. My analysis is just things I've experienced, things I've witnessed, things I've studied to lay my opinions out there, and that's the whole thing with Huawei, where it's crazy, right? It's a crazy kind of thing. But boys and girls, crazier shit has happened throughout our lifetime, right? I swear to God, man, you read any news article nowadays, anything Trump does, it's like fucking automatic ammunition for the leftists to just go ape shit. Oh my God, this is why he is the emperor. Dude, what are you talking about? No, it's not. This is why this country is failing. No, it's not. It's not failing. God. Now, can one argue that the United States has a huge identity crisis and is so fucked up in terms of their soul that we are so fucking confused as to what we're doing? Yes! I absolutely do think that. But to suggest that our country is ruined by one man, that is ludicrous. Ludicrous! He might be one of the reasons. One of the many reasons, by the way, many reasons. No country is perfect. Okay, no country's perfect. No country is. But guess what? That's how life is, right? What fucking world are you living in where everything is perfect? Or you think you live in the Marvel Cinematic Universe where shit fucking goes awry, monsters come out, destroy buildings, and all of a sudden, 2 weeks later, that shit's all cleaned up and you're good to go? No, we live in the real world. Everyone's fucked up. Everyone has depression. Everyone fucking does some sort of drug. We don't have the greatest president. Our global politics is all shit. But the reality is, like, this is our reality. This is all we got. We're gonna make do with it. Holy fuck. Like, I don't know if I'm talking logic or crazy at this point. That's what the world is now. Like, you can't fucking say logic, otherwise someone's gonna call you a racist, sexist, or a goddamn bigot. People piss me off. I swear to God, like the conclusion at always the end of the day conclusion with this shit is people suck dick, right? They ruin everything. And we're left to wonder what a perfect society would be, because there will never be a perfect society. My God, you fucking kidding me? Have you seen this world, bro? Fuck out of here. There will never be a perfect world. So, boys and girls, we are here at the home, about to rest up a little bit before we get to another outing. So, follow me at the Sky Lounge, and all the links in the description below. Like, comment, subscribe for more daily content. And fuck off.